Hey there, welcome back. If you've been following my NumPy Crash Course playlist from the first video, by now you know how to create array with Python list, and you know about NumPy data types, and you know how to create array of different dimensions like this. This is an 1D array, this a 2D, and this one is a 3-dimensional array. I also taught you how to build arrays using the built-in functions provided by the NumPy library. We saw all these things in the last 3 videos of this course. And in this video, we are going to learn about attributes in NumPy array and array indexing. So let's get started. Now, we are going to learn about some important attributes of NumPy array. So, before that, I would like to explain to you what is an attribute in general. For example, if you take a car can have attributes like color, brand, horsepower, and so on. But in our case, if you take an array, the attributes of this array can be its dimension, its shape, its size, and so on. And using the NumPy attributes, we can know the values. For example, if I want to know what is the dimension of a particular array, I can use an attribute to know that. So let's get into the code. As usual, we are going to start by importing the NumPy library with this alias as np. It is going to take some time because this is the first cell I'm running, so it will take a while. Let's wait for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Good timing, right? Now, I'm going to create an one-dimensional array like this. AR1 equals to p dot array. If this is the first video you are watching, then you might not understand what I am typing right now. To understand what I'm typing, you might have to watch my previous videos 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you already know, this is an one-dimensional array. So there is an attribute called ndim which shows us the dimension of a particular array. And this is how you get the dimension of an array. If I run this, I get 1. And now I'm going to create a two-dimensional array like this, and I'm going to pass values like 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a two-dimensional array, so I should do this. Now I'm going to go change this to 2, and if I run the cell now, I get 2. So this is the first attribute that we learned today. And let's move on to the next attribute. The next attribute that we are going to learn today is the data. We already learned about this attribute in the previous video, but still, let's learn it. So I've already created 2 arrays, so I'm going to use those. I'm going to do something like arr1 dot d type and run the cell. As you can see, this is an array with a list of integer values. I'm also going to create another array with different set of data types like this: A, B, A, C. Now let's know the type of this array, which is U1, which means a string. One, because as you can see, I have only one value in every string. If I say like, if I give two characters in all the elements, I will get U2 like this. Now let's move on to the next attribute, which is size. So we have already created like two arrays. Let me copy this for our convenience because I'm going to zoom it again, and I'm going to print arr2 dot size and run 8, which is the size gives us the number of element in the array. As you can see in this array, we have 8 elements. In case if we want if I want to know the size of the array 1, I do something like this, and if I run the cell, I get 4. As you can see, there is 4 elements in this array. The next attribute is shape. So let's know the shape of the array 1 like this. This will give me the shape, which is 4 comma nothing, because it's a one-dimensional array. If I print the shape of the second array, I get 2 comma 4 because it has 2 rows and 4 columns. Let's run this. I get 2 comma 4, 2 rows and 4 columns. And, and the last two attributes are item size. So let's know the item size of the first array like this. Item size, if we spell that correctly, and run it. I will get 8. Let me explain why 8. 8 because it is telling me that this one element is of 8 bytes, which means this one element alone takes up to 8 bytes of memory for its to store to store it. We need 8 bytes of memory to store this one element. Say for knowing the how many memory of bytes we need to store the entire array, to know that we have another attribute, which is n bytes. This will give us the total bytes that we need to store the entire array. Sorry for that. I need to give 1. As you can see, 8. For one element, it's 8. For 4 elements, we have 4 elements. So 8 into 4 gives us 32. So store the entire array in our memory, we need 32 bytes of space. Now, you know some important array attributes. Now, let's move on to the next part. NumPy array indexing is very much similar to the Python list indexing. First, let me copy these two arrays and paste it. I would also like to create another array of 3 dimension like this using the arrange. I want, no, I'm going to create using random. If you are not able to understand what I'm doing, here it is. We covered this in our creating array using built-in functions topic. We covered about a lot of built-in functions, and one of the built-in functions is random.randint, which gives us which gives us random numbers in the specified range and size. This is the range. It will generate me a random number between 1 to 50 with the size of 4. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to create and int, and I want a random number between 1 and 10, and I want it to be a 3 dimension with depth of 3 with 4 rows and 3 columns. Let me check this out. So as you can see, we have a 3 dimensional array with depth of 3, and we got 4 rows in each of the depth, and we got 3 columns. Let's first start with the accessing the index of the one dimensional array, arr1 and a square bracket. So say I want to access this number. So as if you know list in Python, you know the index of this 3. The index starts from 0. So the index value of 1 is 0, and 2 is 1, 3 is 2, and 4 is 3. So to get this value, I need to specify the index of 2. And if I run the cell, I get 3. To access the elements in a two-dimensional array, we need to specify two index value, one for its row and one for its column. So for row, you can see there is two elements in the row, this list and this list. So this is 0 and this is 1. So first I want to access 6 from this array. So first I need to give 1, and then the index value within this list is 1 as well. So I'm going to give another 1 and run the cell, and I get 6. Say if I want to access 5, what I will do is I change this to 0 and I change this to 2, because the index value of this entire list is 0 and the index value of this particular element is 2. Now if I run this, I get 5. Now let's do for the third dimension. Here are 3 of. So let's print the error 3 so that we can access the elements. Say I want to access this too. So how to do that? So first you need to start with this bracket. So this entire set is as index value of 0, this entire set as index value 1, and this entire set as index value 2. So first I need to give 1 because I want to access this 2. So I'm going to go here and type 1, and next you need to look at this bracket in which this is the 0th index, this is the first, and this is the second index. So I need to give 2. Next you need to look inside this. Now I got 0, 1 and 2. So I need to give 2, and if I run this, I get 2. Let's do one more. Let's access this 7. For that, let's create this, and the depth is 2, as you can see, 1, 0, 1 and 2. So the depth is 2, and the row is 0, and the column is 1. And run it, I got the 7. So I hope you understood about array indexing and attributes of NumPy array. And in the next video, we will be looking at array slicing and reshaping of array. Thank you.